I am back with more questions, and the first question is from one of my favorite friends on our channel, Courtney from New Zealand. She asked me, is being a non-drinker a deal breaker when it comes to dating Korean men? And it's very tricky to answer because for me, it's completely opposite. When it comes to dating Korean girls, uh, being a drinker is a deal breaker for me. I don't date uh, Korean girls who drink. And what she asked me is completely opposite. Not drinking is bad for dating Korean men. It really depends. So nobody can give you the like a solid answer. But I guess many of the videos she watched, they I assume that they glamorized drinking. We do that a lot here. And also from my experience, a lot of Koreans are functioning alcoholics. They wouldn't never admit it. But that's my opinion. One person's opinion. There are a lot of functioning alcoholics in Korea. From my experience in LG and multinational company, like a mid slash small size company, being a freelancer, working with a lot of freelancers, a lot of them drink every day, more than a glass of wine. A few bottles of soju they drink every day. I've met quite a lot of people who drink like that, and after work with the colleagues, they drink so much. And obviously, when they date, they always drink, right? I've mentioned that I didn't have much luck with the Korean girls, right? One of the main reasons is because they were drinkers, and I always tell them before we start dating, I don't drink, and if you're a heavy drinker, I'm not gonna date you. But no one in Korea admit that they are heavy drinkers. They always say that they are social drinkers, but they are not. And I don't think in Korea there's a midpoint, like a non-drinker, super heavy drinker. I don't think there's such a thing as social drinker. Very, very, very little amount of people. And all these heavy drinkers, they call themselves social drinkers. I strongly disagree. And the fact that someone who doesn't drink is a big deal breaker, you gotta question them. You gotta question their drinking habit. How is that a deal breaker? If they are social drinkers, I don't think being a non-drinker is a deal breaker for them because they don't drink that much and the drinking is not such a critical factor for them, right? So overall, in my opinion, someone saying if you don't drink, I'm not gonna date you. You gotta question their drinking habit. So from my experience of dating Korean girls, they I would call them they are heavy social drinkers or social drinkers with bad drinking habit. It's all the same, I guess. I dated a lot of girls through blind dates, right? I always tell they'll tell the middleman that I don't want to date anyone who drinks. So the middleman, they always pass the message right to the girls who are setting up with, and they tell those girls, "Oh, this guy called Jed, and he doesn't date heavy drinkers slash drinkers." And all the girls say, "Ah, I'm just a social drinker." And turns out they're heavy drinkers. In my previous videos, I've been called boring, right? They are all Korean exes. None of my foreign exes called me boring for not drinking. Rather, they appreciated me not drinking. So I think in when it comes to dating Korean men or women, the drinking goes non-drinker like myself or heavy drinkers who call themselves social drinkers, and this midpoint is kind of empty. See what I mean? So that's my answer, and I'm going to I'm going to answer some of the fun questions I got from mostly um, black female subscribers. because I mentioned that I prefer not dating ladies with flat chest. They asked me a lot of questions regarding this. And some plonker attacked me by email, telling me that I used Kim Kardashian's name to indirectly tell people that I don't like black girls because I mentioned Kim Kardashian uh, when I was talking about flat chest, and she is a bit too much for me. And that plonker who sent me like several emails is a black girl, is a black lady. She has daughters too. She should know better. She attacked me like, oh, if you don't like black girls and if you don't date black girls, you should just say it because you used Kim Kardashian's name to indirectly tell people that you don't like that type of size, and you used her name to refer black girls, and I really hate that. And you are racist and you don't date black girls. That's such a asinine email. She wouldn't apologize as well. After even I told her that I have dated 3 black girls in my life, and she is, I don't know, she's very off because she's not the sharpest tool because obviously Kim Kardashian is not black. And if she's black female, she should know better. Kim Kardashian is Armenian slash Scottish slash I think German or something. But mainly she is Armenian. That's why she has a bit darker skin. Thanks to you, I googled her name, which was my first time in my entire life because I don't care about Kim Kardashian. I have zero interest. Anyway, so this black female lady who is old enough to know better, she attacked me for not dating black girls. I would still date black girls if I meet someone. If I meet someone I like, I would date black girls. Was And when I dated black girls, they were very eloquent and upfront, and not to mention they were very beautiful. I think I keep saying that I don't really have a preference, although I didn't have much luck with the local Korean girls. I still do not prefer foreign girls over Korean girls, and vice versa. That includes black girls as well. I have a feeling that when I say foreign girls, a lot of people assume it's Caucasian. That is not true. So please chill the hell out. Please chill. I like this lady. Golden lady. She asked me. She wanted to know a bit more about my favorite size. I could talk about this, but I feel like I kind of try to avoid that question because I didn't want to sound like I'm talking women and their size like an object. So I am going to answer her questions, but please don't take this in the wrong way because everyone has their favorite celebrity or their body type, right? When it comes to dudes as well, you ladies, you have your idol, your ideal man, right? I have a friend. She is African American, and because I'm a big fan of The Wire, and Michael B. Jordan was in The Wire when he was very little, and then now he became a superstar, right? With like a big muscle, and he grew up really well, face wise. And my friend, she calls him her husband, so he is her favorite, right? So we all have our favorite celebrity, yeah. And Golden Lady, she gave me a list. Oh, three girls. She gave me 2 ladies and 1 girl. So guess which one is girl? So she asked me she about Jada Pinkett Smith, the Will Smith wife. Um, with all that entanglement stuff, I really don't want to think about her and get into the detail of her private life and her appearance and blah blah blah. But her face is still very beautiful to me. And also I feel like she hasn't aged a day since I first saw her from Set It Off. It was pretty good movie. Uh, but I don't really remember her body type. I remember her being very muscular, rather than feminine and curvy. So, although she's a beautiful lady, I'm gonna pass. And second, she asked me about Korean celebrity Son Ye-jin. She's very popular and she's considered very beautiful in Korea. But to me, her face is a bit too sweet. She seems like somebody's daughter. I mean, everyone is somebody's daughter, but that's how I look at her. And she also asked me about Son Ye-jin's body. I would say this: I don't wanna. I want to be very careful when I talk about Korean celebrities. Her body type um, is John Cena. Um, that's third was Selma Hayak. I'm not sure how to pronounce her last name, but you know who that is, right? She's a bit too busty for me. So yeah, she's a bit too busty. Although I would lose my mind if I see her in person, but she takes the cake from the list quite easily. I already answered this to Golden Lady in reply section, but I have more answers. I have more answers because it was mostly black female subscribers who asked me about my curvy body. It's quite far from busty. Busty is like the term busty in Western countries. It's a bit too big for me. Would you consider um, um, Janelle Monáe's body busty? I had a big crush on her from the Moonlight, beautiful movie. I thought maybe because the movie was too good, I had a crush on her. But whoa, Janelle Monáe is crazy cute. Also, very attractive, and her body as well. I had a huge crush on her in that movie. And also, Holly Berry, it would be too perfect. That's my like a dream uh dream body type. But in reality, I just care about the size. The They have to be big enough. That's all. I mean, celebrities are celebrities. It's not real. Just like my friend, she married Michael B. Jordan in her head. So everyone has that magic ideal type. And also I was watching the True Detective season 1, and there was a scene where Alexandra Daddario, she takes her top off and I lost my mind, right? But I think Holly Berry is a bit better. Alexandra Daddario is a bit too tall and a bit too huge for my hands, in my opinion. But Janelle Monáe is very cute face. But if I have to choose, I would go with Holly Berry. I think she's like a perfect face wise, body wise. I think she's a bit too perfect. I would go with her and Golden Lady. I hope you're happy. I'm very careful talking about like female body type because I don't want to be attacked. Um, I hope I didn't cross the line here. She asked me, there are some aspects you need to take account when dating foreign girls before marriage. What are they? Because I did mention that in my previous video. There are several things because I have dated foreign girls in Korea. I'm actually quite late compared to my friends because most of my friends are already married with kids. So I feel kind of in a hurry, and also I'm at the edge of I might just give up on marriage and just keep dating and no kids. But I do want to have kids because of the age and all that circumstance I'm in, the problems I have. I might give up on that. I don't know. But so anyway, my point is that I don't want to just randomly date people. And when it comes to dating foreign girls, I wanna consider a few things before investing my emotions for them, for her. First is does she hate her current job in Korea? Because if she does hate her job, then there's a big possibility that she will want to leave this country. I have faced that problem with my exes, and I know a dude who married um, foreign lady, and she also hates her job, which is teaching English. Because as a foreigner, it is very difficult to get a non-teaching job. So if you hate teaching English, then you will eventually want to leave. Career matters a lot because you spend like 8 hours a day, which is like one third of the day. You're doing what you hate. Is obviously you'll be unhappy, and then that's gonna affect the relationship with your husband as well in your life in a huge way. So that would be the first thing I would ask. If you hate teaching English in Korea, then I'll be very careful. I wouldn't back off just because of that, but I will definitely have like sit down and talk to her about this because I want to have a long term relationship. I would go for short term if someone approaches me, but usually I'm not very into short term relationships. So me leaving Korea is also a complex issue. I'm not saying I would never leave Korea, but it's gonna take some time. If I meet someone I really love and I want to live here with her, then it's going to be quite complex, and that's gonna require some time to prepare and make plans and stuff like that. It's a complex question. So it's a big problem. Not always in a bad way, but if I meet someone I truly love, then I would consider leaving here. But it depends on where she's from, blah blah blah, and what kind of job I could have in that country and all that, and what kind of language they speak there. Do I need to learn the local language and etc. And so it's going to be quite complex. So speaking of the language, if I meet someone here, I would encourage her to learn Korean because whether we get married or have a long term relationship here, um, if she doesn't speak Korean, there are things that you need to take care of living in a certain country, right? And then if she doesn't speak or read Korean, then I will have to babysit her, like take care of all the little things for her. You can get by with only speaking English. You can get by in Korea, but your life experience and the involvement in society will be quite limited, and often I'm pretty sure you will feel isolated, such as making friends, blah blah blah, and you don't want to hang out with only foreigners living in Korea, right? So um, your willingness to learn Korean is also important. And also, when I'm dating foreign girls, I usually try to avoid someone with a very strong yellow fever because I've dated someone like that just for a while, not for long, but she was a bit too much. Like she told me stuff like, "Oh, I always had a thing towards Far East Asian men. I always wanted to sleep with them, and I have slept with them without having much feelings." And I think that was like one night stand. I think, and she slept with someone. to help him to lose virginity, like her volunteer work. I don't know. So I was like, okay, this is not gonna work. Please stay away from me. And she was not very nice to me anyway, so I just called that off. It was really strange. But you get people like that all over the world. Like some Korean men have this fetish towards white Caucasian women or black women. So these type of men, you don't want to have a serious relationship with, right? So I am no different. So I wanna avoid someone with a strong yellow fever. It's a little weird and too much. I I feel the same way as most of you. If you meet someone, date someone, have a proper relationship, you want that person to love you for who you are rather than for the color of your skin. You don't want that, right? If you have a problem with your partner, then the partner would just move on to a different person with the same skin color, right? It's really it's quite unimaginable. So I really try to avoid. There are a lot of girls are like that actually. Like they have strong yellow fever, and a lot of men in Korea they're taking advantage of it. But me, I'm not 20 anymore, so I'm not interested in girls like that. It's very nice. Like people say nice things about me. I'm very flattered and I'm very happy. But like if someone approaches me because I'm Far East Asian, then no. Please, you can easily find someone else. Just go away. So is there anything else? I'm not sure. And someone asked me about MBTI. Koreans are very into MBTI and blood type as well. Blood type was old MBTI back in my days, and I wasn't very interested in blood type at the time, and also I'm not interested in MBTI now. So I am the weird one, but a lot of Koreans are very into it, and I also heard MBTI can be very accurate. But the reason why I'm not interested in is very basic reason. When I meet someone, I would like to learn that person's personality by conversation and asking questions. So I want to do that myself rather than referring some results of a lot of questionnaires. And also, I don't need to do that to to find out what kind of person I am from solving these questionnaires. I am not like that. I'm not saying MBTI is inaccurate or a waste of time. I am not saying that. Like for example, David, he knows quite a lot about it, and he told me it can be very accurate. It's just that I am not into that. And someone asked me about MBTI, and when we talked about dating agency, the m- actually the correct term would be marriage agency. That's what it means in Korean, but dating agency is easier. So the marriage agency they would ask for MBTI, I assume, but I never had an interview, so I have no idea. But they would ask because everyone in Korea they are interested in MBTI and they want to know before dating someone, especially when it comes to like a blind date type of matchmaking type of situation. So MBTI it can be quite important, but people like me do exist, but there are a very small portion of people like that. So I was told to do MBTI a lot of times. Like when I was dating someone or my friends like gave me this website and please do it and show me. I've done it like a couple of times, and when I did it, I didn't look at the result and I just gave my phone to my friends or my date and just have fun. And just nowadays, some of my friends still like keep asking, like, "Can you do MBTI? Can you do MBTI and tell me?" And let me guess what it is. And then I tell them my MBTI is IDGF. Stay away. Let's not do this. um, So I don't know. There were a lot of questions I remember, and the reason why I was quite skeptical about all this is because when I read the questions, I thought my answers to these questions will be different. Can be different every time I do this. So how much can I trust this? That's one of the reasons why I didn't do it. But the main reason is I can meet people and get to know them all the way. Obviously, people who are into MBTI they do the same, but I just don't want to have any of like a prejudice um, before actually getting to know them. So I am quite old school, so that's that. I talked about like girls ask for like men's height, what kind of college degree they have, family background, does he have an apartment or not, what kind of car does he own, all that kind of stuff. Do Korean men ask for the same thing? Yes, they ask for the same thing. I wouldn't ask for like certain type of jobs or there's a bar when it comes to girls' salary, but I want to know what kind of job she has. I want to know um, what she does for living, and that reflects her interest. And I don't know, like knowing someone's job, it tells you a lot about a person. So I want to know, not necessarily for me, not necessarily how much she makes, rather than how much she makes. Her spending habit is more critical. Like, does she is she into like Louis Vuitton bag, Chanel, and all that kind of stuff? Even if she makes a lot of money, that doesn't mean anything. I cannot handle her. And also the fact that she's interested in all these material things, that's quite insipid, boring. So, so someone asked me if there's a market for middle-aged people or divorced people. Let me tell you, there is a big there is a big market for middle-aged people slash divorced people. The marriage agency we talked about, they're making a lot of money from middle-aged and divorced people. One in every three new couples, they get divorced. That I read that from paper. So that's a lot. So everyone is pretty much getting divorced. And also the question was, if you get divorced, do people look down on you? I guess not, but because like so many people get divorced, and people around me, there are a lot of people, and also like friend of my friend, a lot of people as well. So I think the statistics is right. So a lot of people get divorced, which means that there's a market for dating, and also that means middle-aged people as well. I mean, there are young divorced people too, but so from the paper I read, these marriage agencies, they make a lot of money from divorced people slash middle-aged people. So there's a big market for you if you are interested in dating Korean men and women, and you consider yourself middle-aged. You should try. You can do it. And also, as you get older, you don't play games, right? So it might be even better. Yeah, I know a lot of good people who got divorced for I don't know, so for many reasons. I want to add that there's a very weird mentality in Korea. It's not just in my generation, but my generation, one generation above as well. My parents' generation. There's a weird mentality in Korean society that when we men see a divorced lady, they assume that they can sleep with her very easily. It's really weird mentality. Apparently, it's been here for a long time. It's not just my generation thing. So I heard and read that a lot of ladies who are divorced, they want to hide it. Um, Not because it's a shame thing. It's not a shame or bad thing anymore in Korea, but they just want to hide it. So not so many people would hit on her. And I heard some like terrible stories. Like one of my friends, he divorced uh, his wife, and they stay friends, and they would still talk to each other. And she actually told him, the ex-wife told my friend that, oh, this is I opened up about my divorce at work, and this old dude and young guys, they all call me after work, and they approach me in a very dirty way, and she can't take the divorce, like from her ex, which is my friend. But these all these guys, hitting on me is a big stress. I can live my life just fine, but these guys is just getting too much. That's what I heard. So my friend was very hurt because, as I said, they stayed as good friends, and they still care for each other. And listening to that kind of stories, that really hurts him, and it makes him angry too. And that's really bad for his ex-wife's ego as well, because, well, this guy, he couldn't even talk to me before, and now he looks down on me. He thinks that I'm easy, so he calls me like after work, and asks me like for a drink and stuff like that. It's really stressful. It's terrible. I felt really bad when I heard that story, and apparently it's the same from my parents' generation as well. So a lot of women, they didn't want to get divorced just because of that as well. And also at the time, my parents' generation, it was some kind it was kind of a shameful thing if you got divorced. So, but again, it's not a shame anymore now. But there's a downside of it, especially if you're a female. So I feel bad for women here. That's not fair, right? Lastly, I'm gonna brag. I got a nice compliment from this lady from South Africa. She said that I remind her of this idol star who is from Hong Kong, and he speaks fluent Korean. And I didn't know who that was, so I googled him, and I was very happy because he was he was very handsome. Obviously, he's like way, way, way better looking than I am. But she also added that, oh, you look like this guy, and he's very good looking in my opinion. But please don't take this in a wrong way, because I know you Korean people do not like Chinese people or being compared to Chinese people. So it's a compliment. So please don't take this in a wrong way. I I found that comment very interesting because she also knew that a lot of Koreans don't like Chinese, but I personally don't have beef with Japanese and Chinese, so I'm very grateful. Anybody you compared me with, as long as they are good looking, I am very, very, very thankful. So this guy from Hong Kong, which makes him Chinese, I don't care. It's a good thing. He's a very good looking young man. He looks a lot younger too, younger than me. So he's kind of like a retired from the band, I guess. So he's doing his own thing, and she said that I remind her of him. So such a nice compliment. But the part I wanted to talk about is a lot of Koreans, they don't like we don't like Chinese people, and the other group of people, Korean people, they don't like Japanese. It's kind of politically related, but my political stance is not very strong. Although I do follow papers and politics, my stance is not very clear. It's quite flexible, and also I do have my side, but I don't get too crazy about it. I don't get emotional about it, and because of my political stance, I don't hate Japanese or Chinese. That's not good enough. Not good enough reason to dislike them. Speaking of Chinese, one of my all-time favorite movies is actually Chinese. It's called An Elephant Sitting Still. It's an amazing movie. A little sad, quite sad actually, and that portrays modern China and their people, and also as a Korean guy, I could relate as well. China is a very interesting country. So is Japan, but that movie is excellent. Deep, dark, and sad, but amazing movie. I watched it like 5 times, and I want to watch it again. I love that movie that much. So I also mentioned Moonlight, right? Moonlight. Oh, I love that movie. I want to watch that again. I will. I'm after I'm done with this. I'm gonna watch Moonlight tonight. So I hope you enjoy this episode, and I will come back with more questions next time. And you wanna say hello? He's tired. We're gonna head home. Thank you for watching, and I always appreciate the questions, and I always appreciate the comments. Keep them coming. I will answer them for you. Have a good night.